Hey guys, what's going on? James here. A couple of more surprising releases by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As per Greg Allman of Fox Sports, they have released the following players. The Buccaneers have cut undrafted rookie linebacker Nick Jackson. He has been let go. He led the team in tackles in the preseason, had 2 sacks. Allman does point out here that he certainly could be a candidate to be back on the practice squad, but could very well end up on another team's 53-man roster or their practice squad as well. You also have the Buccaneers releasing veteran cornerback Bryce Hall, who has now been let go. This one, kind of surprising to me. I like what Bryce Hall had done throughout training camp in the preseason and whatnot. Allman does point out that he could easily land on another 53, but would be welcomed back on the practice squad in Tampa if he doesn't. So fingers crossed that the Buccaneers can keep Bryce Hall in some way, shape, or form going forward. Finally, for this little wave here, the Buccaneers have released rookie defensive lineman Nash Hutmacher. I guess waving is the word here for the case of Hutmacher and for Nick Jackson as well. As far as I can tell, no other releases have been made right now per Allman, just these 3 right now. But still, a couple of surprising releases here. Firstly, in the case of Nick Jackson, he was a guy who was going out there and was doing really, really good work in the preseason, in training camp and whatnot. With the releases of Anthony Walker Jr., you have Levante David, Servassier Dennis, Deion Jones as your top 3 linebackers. Nick Jackson and Anthony Walker Jr., they're out. So that leaves you with Antonio Greer Jr., who is currently injured, and John Bullock. So does this mean that maybe Antonio Greer Jr. is going to get waived, revert to the IR, something along those lines, and John Bullock has made the practice or has made the active roster over Nick Jackson? It certainly seems like that very well may be the case, and I don't know if I 100% agree with it. I think both guys were deserving to be on the 53-man roster, Bullock and Jackson. In the case of Bullock, very solid tackler from what we saw in the preseason games, and really was able to see him go out there and make some plays both on special teams and on defense as well. But Nick Jackson was doing some very similar things also. He did have a rough final preseason game, which I don't know if that was like the, hey, if we have to split hairs here, this is the hair we're splitting type of thing, but unsure. Then in that cornerback room, Jamel Dean's still there, Zahn McCollum is still there, Benjamin Morrison, Jacob Parrish, those guys are all there. We haven't heard of really any other cornerback cuts today. Now, yesterday, they did cut cornerback Trey Avery. I don't know if they cut cornerback Javian Farr yesterday. I'm curious to see that. Let me see if Greg Allman had posted anything about that. So let's see. No, Trey Avery's been the only cornerback cut so far, besides Bryce Hall. So you still have Josh Hayes, Kindle Vidor, Roman Parody, Tyreek Funderburk, and Javian Farr all still in that mix for the 53-man roster. It's kind of surprising that Bryce Hall was one of those early cornerback cuts. Again, maybe they just wanted to get in front of it and say like, hey, we do want to bring you back on the practice squad. I'm unsure, but yeah, that was kind of surprising to me. I thought that Bryce Hall was probably going to be this team's cornerback 5, but now that's obviously not the case. Big news for Hayes, Vildor, Roman Parody, Funderburk, and Javian Farr on their chances to make the roster. Right now, if I had to make a guess, I think the 3 names that are really going to be out there competing are going to be Josh Hayes, Kindle Vidor, and Roman Parody. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But there are your couple of releases here. Bryce Hall was let go. Hopefully they bring him back on the practice squad. If they can't, they do have some other guys that they can bring back as well. And then, of course, the big one being Nick Jackson. So what are your guys' thoughts and opinions about this? Let me know down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.